I bought a $50 wedding dress at Goodwill. The next day, the bride accused me of theft. The fabric felt like water running through my fingers. Cold, smooth silk, layered with hand-stitched lace that caught the fluorescent lights of the Goodwill fitting room and threw back 1,000 tiny sparkles. I stared at myself in the cracked mirror, my breath fogging the glass. It fit perfectly. Like it had been made for my body. I looked at the price tag again, just to be sure I wasn't hallucinating. $50. I flipped the tag over. Galia Lahav. I gasped. I knew that name. I had spent the last 6 months doom-scrolling bridal websites I couldn't afford, dreaming of a dress like this. A Galia Lahav gown costs $8,000. Minimum. And here it was, hanging on a plastic rack between a moth-eaten sweater and a stained prom dress, priced cheaper than a tank of gas. It's a mistake, I whispered to my reflection. Someone priced this wrong. My heart hammered against my ribs. I looked around the store. It was empty except for an old man browsing VHS tapes. If I didn't buy it now, someone else would. Someone who would chop it up for a Halloween costume or let their kids play dress up in it. I grabbed the dress. I ran to the counter. I threw a $50 bill at the cashier before she could change her mind. Nice find, the cashier chewed her gum, scanning the tag without blinking. No returns on formal wear. I won't be returning it, I said, clutching the garment bag like it contained the crown jewels. I drove home singing. I was getting married in 3 months. I had zero budget left for a dress. I was going to wear something off the rack from a department store. But now I was going to look like royalty. I got home, hung the dress on my bedroom door, and did what any millennial would do. I made a TikTok. I filmed the tag. I filmed the crystals. I filmed the receipt. Guys, I narrated, my voice shaking with excitement. You are not going to believe this. Goodwill. $50. Galia Lahav. I am literally shaking. I posted it. I went to make dinner. By the time I came back, my phone was vibrating so hard it was moving across the table. 3 million views. 10,000 comments. OMG girl, you won the lottery. That dress is worth $10,000 easy. The only God have blessed you. I scrolled, beaming. I felt invincible. And then, a DM notification popped up. It wasn't a comment. It was a message request. The profile picture was a woman crying. Message, that's my dress. You stole it. I froze. My stomach dropped. Message, please. Please answer me. I'm getting married next Saturday. That dress was in my closet 3 days ago. My mother-in-law stole it. I stared at the screen. Stolen? I typed back, my fingers trembling. What do you mean stolen? I bought it at Goodwill. The bride, Jessica, I know you didn't steal it personally. But it was stolen from me. My future mother-in-law hates me. She thinks I'm not good enough for her son. She came over to help clean while I was at work. When I came home, the dress was gone. She told me she must have accidentally donated it with some old clothes. She laughed, Lydia. She laughed. Jessica sent a photo. It was her, standing in a bedroom mirror, wearing the dress. The same lace. The same crystals. And most damning of all, a small, custom blue thread stitched into the hem. Something blue. I ran to the dress. I checked the hem. There it was. A tiny blue stitch. Oh my God, I whispered. It wasn't a thrift find. It was a crime scene. I went back to the TikTok comments. I needed to see if anyone else had noticed. That's when I saw it. A comment from a user named Lind_mother of groom. Finders keepers. Maybe it wasn't meant for her. Some girls just don't have the class to wear designer. My blood ran cold. I clicked on Linda's profile. It was public. Her latest post, timestamped yesterday morning, a selfie of her standing in front of the Goodwill drop-off bin. She was holding a large, white garment bag. Caption, cleaning out the trash today. Making room for better things. #blessed. She had documented it. She had stolen her future daughter-in-law's wedding dress, donated it to a thrift store for a tax write-off, and then posted about it on social media. I sat down on my bed. The dress hung there, beautiful and tainted. Jessica messaged again. Jessica, please. I'll pay you back the $50. I'll pay you double. I just need my dress. My wedding is in 6 days. I can't get another one. I looked at the dress. I looked at the message. I looked at my bank account, which had exactly $200 in it until payday. I could keep it. Legally, I bought it. It was mine. Possession is 9/10 of the law, right? But then I thought about Jessica. I thought about her walking down the aisle in jeans because her mother-in-law was a monster. No, I said aloud. Not today, Satan. But before I could reply, another message popped up. From Linda. Linda_mother of groom, listen here, you little thief. If you give that dress back to her, I will sue you for possession of stolen property. I have the donation receipt. Technically, I donated it, so I can revoke the donation. It's mine. You keep it, or you give it to me. Do not give it to Jessica. She was threatening me. She was trying to bully me into being an accomplice to her cruelty. I felt a heat rising in my neck. A cold, hard anger. I picked up the dress. I felt something crinkle in the lining of the bodice. I reached inside. I pulled out the folded slip of paper. It was a receipt from the Gilded Bridal. Customer, Jessica Miller. Item, Galia Lahav custom gown. Price, $8,200. Date, January 14, 2026. Payment, paid in full, Visa ending in 4092. It was proof. Irrefutable proof. Jessica owned the dress. Linda had no right to donate it, no right to touch it, and certainly no right to claim it back. I took a picture of the receipt. I sent it to Jessica. Me, is this yours? Jessica, yes. Oh my God, you found it. That's my receipt. I hid it in the dress for safekeeping. I took a screenshot of Linda's threat. Me, your MIL just messaged me. She says she'll sue me if I give it to you. Jessica, she's insane. Please, Lydia. Help me. I didn't reply to Linda. I didn't reply to Jessica. I called the police. Non-emergency line, a tired voice answered. I have a situation, I said. I bought an item at a thrift store that I now have reason to believe was stolen property. The owner has contacted me, but the thief is also contacting me and threatening legal action. The item is worth $8,000. The dispatcher paused. 8,000? Hold on. That's grand larceny territory. Do not give the item to anyone. Bring it to the station. We'll have an officer meet you. I'm on my way, I said. I carefully placed the dress back in the garment bag. I treated it like it was made of glass. I drove to the station. I texted Jessica the address. Meet me at the 4th precinct. Bring your ID and the credit card you used to buy the dress. When I arrived, Jessica was already there. She was pacing the lobby, her eyes red from crying. She looked exhausted. She saw the garment bag. She burst into fresh tears. Is it okay? She sobbed, running toward me. Did she cut it? Did she ruin it? It's perfect, I promised. It's safe. We walked up to the desk sergeant. I explained the situation. I showed him the TikTok. I showed him the receipt. I showed him Linda's messages. The sergeant whistled. That's a special kind of evil, he muttered. He called a detective. Detective Miller. Miller looked at the receipt. He looked at the TikTok screenshot of Linda at the donation bin. So, Miller said, leaning back in his chair. Let me get this straight. This woman, Linda, entered your home, took property valued at $8,000, donated it to Goodwill to dispose of it, and then publicly bragged about it? Yes, Jessica said, wiping her eyes. She hates me. She told my fiancé I was a gold digger. She said I didn't deserve a white dress. Well, Miller said, standing up. She just admitted to a felony on social media. We can work with that. He looked at me. You bought it in good faith? Yes. $50. Here's my receipt. Okay. Technically, since it's stolen property, the sale is void. Goodwill can't sell what they don't own. The dress goes back to the rightful owner. He pointed to Jessica. Jessica grabbed the bag. She hugged it. She hugged me. Thank you, she whispered into my ear. You saved my life. I just went shopping, I said, trying to lighten the mood. But hey. I'm out $50. Jessica laughed. She pulled a $50 bill out of her purse. Here. And I'll give you more. I'll give you a reward. No, I said, pushing the extra money away. Just the 50. That's all I spent. Now, Detective Miller said, putting on his jacket. Let's go have a chat with Linda. Do you know where she lives? I do, Jessica said. Her voice hardened. She's at my fiancé's house right now. Trying to convince him I lost the dress on purpose to get attention. Let's go, Miller said. We formed a caravan. The police cruiser, Jessica's car, and me. I wasn't going to miss this. We pulled up to a nice suburban house. There was a car in the driveway, Linda's Lexus. Miller knocked on the door. A man answered. Jessica's fiancé, Mark. He looked stressed. Mark, Jessica said, stepping out from behind the officer. We found the dress. You did? Mark looked relieved. Thank God. Where was it? Goodwill, Jessica said. Your mother donated it. What? Mark frowned. Mom is inside. She said you lost it. She lied, Jessica said. Linda appeared in the hallway behind Mark. She was holding a glass of wine. She saw Jessica holding the dress. She saw me. She saw the cop. Her face went pale. What is this? Linda demanded, trying to sound authoritative. Why are you bringing the police to my son's house? Ma'am, Detective Miller said. I'm investigating a theft. Did you remove a garment bag from Jessica's closet on Wednesday? I cleaned. Linda snapped. I helped. I took a bunch of old trash to Goodwill. If her dress was in there, it was an accident. She should have put it away properly. You posted a photo, I spoke up. I held up my phone showing her Instagram post. Cleaning out the trash. You called the dress trash, Linda. And then you commented on my TikTok saying, finders keepers. You knew exactly what you were doing. Linda glared at me. You little snitch. Ma'am, Miller stepped forward. You signed a donation receipt at Goodwill, correct? Yes. For tax purposes. That receipt is a legal document, Miller said. You claimed ownership of items that weren't yours. That's fraud. And taking the dress? That's grand larceny. It was an accident. Linda shrieked, backing up. Mark. Tell them. I was helping. Mark looked at Jessica. He looked at the receipt I had texted him earlier. He looked at his mother. You told me she lost it, Mark said quietly. You told me she was irresponsible. You told me she didn't care about the wedding. She doesn't. Linda yelled. She's not right for you. She's cheap. She buys off the rack. It was an $8,000 dress, Mom, Mark said. And you threw it away like garbage. Mark, please. Officer, Mark stepped aside. Do what you have to do. Miller cuffed her. Right there in the living room. You have the right to remain silent, Miller said. I'm his mother. Linda wailed as they marched her out. You can't arrest the mother of the groom. Watch me, Miller said. Jessica stood on the lawn, watching the cruiser drive away. She held Mark's hand. He looked broken, but resolved. I'm sorry, Mark whispered. I should have protected you from her. You're protecting me now, Jessica said. I walked over to them. I should go, I said. I don't have a dress anymore. Jessica looked at me. She looked at the bag in her hands. Wait, she said. When is your wedding? 3 months, I said. What size are you? 6. I'm a 6, Jessica smiled. Look. After next Saturday. I won't need this anymore. And you saved it. You saved my wedding. What are you saying? I'm saying, Jessica said, that if you don't mind wearing a used dress, you can have it. After I'm done. For free. I started to cry. Right there on the sidewalk. Are you serious? Dead serious. It's the least I can do. The wedding was beautiful. Jessica looked stunning. Linda was not there, she was out on bail, but Mark had filed a restraining order. 3 months later, I wore the dress. I didn't look like a thrift store bargain. I looked like a queen. And the best part? A week after my wedding, I got an email. From the Gilded Bridal. Dear Lydia. We heard your story. It went viral in our industry. We were moved by your integrity. We know you already have a dress, but we'd like to offer you a store credit for $5,000 for accessories or formal wear for your honeymoon. Honesty is rare. We want to reward it. I used the credit to buy a veil for my sister, who is getting married next year. Linda pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor to avoid prison. She has to pay restitution, the full value of the dress, to Jessica, even though Jessica got it back. Plus court fees. Plus probation. She's not allowed at family gatherings anymore. Jessica and I are still friends. We go thrift shopping together sometimes. But we stay away from the wedding section. We've had enough drama for one lifetime. So, tell me. Am I the monster for sending a mother to jail over a dress, or did she just get fitted for the only outfit she deserved?
If you have made it this far and want to see more videos like this, then kindly subscribe and turn on notifications so you may never miss another story like this.